Well, excited for our seniors this week, and obviously to have rivalry week and senior day at the same time for 12 guys that have been through a lot and have done a lot for our program. And it's always an emotional day for the young men, for their families. For me as a coach, it's always a very, very proud day to be with those guys in their last college football game. As I've said before, it's a day that I remember very well as a player. Probably the only game that I remember almost every snap of, as long as that was now. But, you know, these guys, all of them, even the ones that have been here for a short period of time, like Tabari, have made a lasting impression on me and our staff. Emmanuel McGirt and what he's been through. Will Brown, one of our walk-on seniors. It's just a great young man to be around. The Dabbs twins, who are getting ready to go off to the world, and one of them's going to be a doctor. Stephen Griffin, Tabari Hines, Deontay Holden, 6th-year senior, Keyshawn Miller, Jarius Moorhead, Darrell Murchison, Jackson Quiggle, and James Smith-Williams, 12 very special young men to me and our staff and our team. And then you get to play our final home game against our rival, and a great one, you know, to have a rivalry this close together. Every one of these games that I've been a part of has been very heated, and I know how much we want to win. I know how much they want to win. I know what the fans are like, the whole deal. And so from our fans, we will be in all red and want to have you guys out there wearing your red for us and cheering these young men on and honoring our senior class the right way, and look forward to having you do that. And I know how much this game matters in the state. With that being said, you know, I think for us as a football team, it's about putting together 4 quarters of football and finding a way within the good that we've done, like the second half last week, of being consistent throughout, just executing, playing hard, not giving people things. And in that football game that we just lost, we won the turnover margin, and that was improvement. And you know, it's just keeping ourselves from giving up the explosive plays, which is a challenge against Carolina's offense. They're obviously playing well with Sam Howell at quarterback, and their tailbacks are very impressive young men. The receiving core has made a lot of plays for them throughout the season. You know, I think Coach Longo does a nice job schematically with what they do. You know, and defensively, they're very sound. And I think Surratt, maybe the most impressive guy, considering he was a quarterback a year ago, and now he has 100 tackles as a linebacker. I think it's really a unique story for them. So it's going to be a great football game. I really look forward to the opportunity to compete and go out there and play. And I know our players do too. Questions?
I know you've had your own things going on, but how much have you paid attention to them this year or seen them?
Yeah.
I'm guessing the Georgia Tech game, you probably watched their Georgia Tech version, but how much have you just kind of peripherally followed it?
I've watched them every week.
Yeah.
You know, with our schedule being what it was, with the Thursday games and 4 Saturdays we didn't play, I've had a chance to watch a lot of college football, and we've had a lot of crossover opponents that they've had, so we've been able to watch them, whether it was through coach's film or through watching the live copy at home. But yeah, I'm very aware of what they've been doing throughout the season.
Have you noted they've had like the world's most interesting season that you could possibly have?
I don't think so.
No.
I think that would be us.
That would be good.
Yeah.
But they have played, I mean, close games pretty much every week, and they've been down to the wire. I mean, is that something that you figure it's going to be that way again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a 4-quarter game. And it doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter what your injuries are. None of that matters. I mean, last year they were a team that hadn't won a lot of games and took us to overtime with 9 wins. We went up there a few years ago and they had 10 wins, and we were fighting to get into a bowl game, and we killed them. You know, so I mean, it's one of those games. You got to show up and play. Nobody cares what happened the previous 11 weeks. It's about what happens on that Saturday.
How important was the second half comeback at Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
Give you something positive to build on this week?
It was very important. You know, I think our guys showed a lot of heart. I thought coming off of an implosion where we were gaining momentum in the second quarter with a field goal, just get a 3-and-out on defense. We're going to get the ball with 2 timeouts left in, about 90 seconds to do something positive, knowing we got the ball again to start the third, and, to have the costly fumble on a punt return, and then they score. I mean, we went in, obviously, in a tough spot. And to see the resolve of the guys and how they came back and, held them to 7 points in the second half and offensively had a chance to win it. There's a lot of positives in that. And I think, Devin Leary continues to get better and better in his confidence. And he stood up, I mentioned this in post-game, in the locker room and talked to his teammates as a leader. And they're playing hard for him now, and they believe in him. And I think that's something we obviously didn't have early, when we were going through all the stuff we were going through. And so that was a huge positive, And so now it's just growing from that confidence we gained in the second half and knowing that we've got to put together 4 quarters like that.
There's obviously been reasons for the number of passes you've thrown games that you have, but
Yeah.
you were real patient with the run and consistent with it against Georgia Tech. Was that something, by hook or by crook, you were adamant upon doing last week? And then was that kind of what you thought going into the year, that you had Van, you had Jordan and Ricky, and thought these are your
Yeah.
top end skill players and could use them in that way to be effective?
Yeah, I think, our offense is not built to throw 60 times a game. Like, that's not what we recruited all these guys for, We want to be balanced, you guys know that. But we want our run game to set up our pass game, we do. And we want to take advantage of light boxes when we get them. And we want people to have to put numbers in the box, which makes it easier to throw. And there's been games, as you mentioned, where doing that wouldn't have given us a chance to come back because we're down 21, But that's who we want to be, as you guys know. We want to be physical. We want to win the line of scrimmage. We want our offensive linemen to take pride in pancaking people and get backs to the second level and let them do their thing. And corners and safeties have to tackle your backs. And so that's a part of how we built this team, and we have good talent in the backfield of the future. And as we're going through what we have injury-wise on the perimeter, I think, Jordan and Bam and now Ricky's back in the fold. The hard part kind of in the intermission of the season, as you know, is we lost a lot of our tight ends. And so that hurt our run game some. And now Kerry and I think Thomas Rocchio showed a lot of things in that last game that helps us. We had to move Derek Eason to play some tight end, we're down to that. And Derek comes in and does some good things for us. And so it's allowed him to have a role, but it's a lot different than when you had Dylan and Dylan. And so that we've had to just kind of each week with a piece being pulled out, figure out how we're going to do this, And I thought last week we were able to do it pretty well in the run game. And that sets up our quarterback, I think, for a lot of things because as you saw last year with Ryan and the year before with Ryan, when people have to put numbers in there, it opens up a lot of RPO game for us.
Maybe you've had a lot of disjointed weeks this year because of the schedule. And this week you have a regular week, but you've got a holiday in the middle, and it's a holiday, it's a family kind of holiday. How does that affect how you prepare, and do you have anything planned for the kids, on Thanksgiving?
Well, it is Thanksgiving week, and so obviously we're going to take time to be thankful with our players. We don't have school Wednesday, Thursday, so today and tomorrow are normal days for the guys. And then since we are a morning practice team, we don't have to come in as early with the guys to get them a little more rest, but we still stay in the morning, so our routine's not completely different for the players. And then get a little more sleep that way. And then Thursday after practice, we'll cut our developmental guys loose to go home, and they'll rejoin us for the game Saturday. Our travel guys that are local will be able to go home and see their families. And then Thursday night, we take the whole team to Angus Park to their pavilion, and it's an awesome feast. The guys look forward to it. I know I do. And hopefully the game pants will fit on Saturday.
We're elastic.
Yeah.
You mentioned you understand this rivalry and how it works. All those games were against Larry, and I don't think I'm breaking news. You did not have a wonderful relationship with Larry. You do have a tremendous amount of respect for Mac. Does any of that dynamic change for you in this game, or how you go about this?
No. I mean, I don't think I had a bad relationship with Larry. I mean, I just think when you're rival coaches, there's going to be certain things that you don't do together, right? And I thought we were very cordial with each other. I mean, but I'm going to compete hard against whoever that guy is, and I'll do the same with Coach Brown. Have great respect for him, always have and always will. But, when you put the ball down, it doesn't matter who's on the other sideline. You're coaching your guys and you want to win.
Everything?
All right, you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That was breaking news.
Oh, you'll see in the